Trick to move into Dust 2 on the back foot, having lost the first map. A close one, but they lost. What we've seen in this week and the previous weeks is that Mix often win the first map. They won the first map versus Mouse Sports. I want to say it was Avangard on week 2 that they won the first map on, but ultimately lost the series. We didn't get to see that. That was not on the stream, so they seem to have a habit of having a good start. Now, Tricked, we saw a great day from them yesterday, but the question is, now they're under some hardship. Can they kind of right that ship and, not that those ships are connected, different kind of ships, but can they right the ship and sail away with the series?
So I think so. Okay, so if you're an aspiring semi-pro or professional, whatever, if you're taking the game seriously,
Yes, I take the game seriously.
You should look at some of the mixed demos and just look at the stuff that they do, and like figure out the reasons why they're winning. Because they're winning because of the good, like just having some good basics, and like they're just trading out. They're just like exploding into sites, doing it in a way that makes sense, and that's not difficult to achieve. It's just very basic, but it's the execution that they've obviously honed pretty effectively, because all these guys are in different teams, like, right?
Yeah.
And so the interesting thing is that you can go watch an Astralis demo, but you're never replicating that. It's the same as if you're going to go watch a demo of Simple to learn to be a better player. You're never replicating that. But this is something that everybody can look at and be like, oh, so if we just trade like this, if we understand like the ways that timings work in terms of when we should do the bursts and how we should do them and what it takes, then so many players have as good aim as these players.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's these players. Obviously, they don't have time to develop strats and a system and some kind of chemistry they can rely on, but they can rely on the basics, like the good spacing, like you said, like staying close to each other, making sure they're trading. They have really good, solid mechanics of peaking angles and knowing how to how to approach those optimally. They know timings. They know, just like nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Just very basic Counter-Strike done really well, and it's done well enough to beat Mouse Sports, and now they have a chance to take out Tricked.
You know what else is basic? Dan's knife selection. He needs to get himself a knife, and you could get one too from CS Money. I've got 10 knives, Dan's got 0, but you could add a 1 to that 0. If you get yourself down to CS Money, Dan, maybe you can get a Carabit. Maybe you can get I think it was Dupree who had those and called them butt plugs. Maybe that's too much for this broadcast. Definitely too much for me. You could also get a nice flip knife. Flip knives have good prizes, man. Good prices, not prizes. They got good prices. You can get a nice, what's that blue camo called? Bright Water. Bright Water's underrated. You can get a really nice Bright Water Carabit if you find a nice one. It can be excellent. It can go great with a color scheme.
Nice.
It's a reasonable color. I'm the best guy for these promos. This is unreal.
Alright, well, they're starting off on CT side then. Mix. I'll be really curious about their CT side, because this is like, in theory, this is the perfect world where Tricked get to start on a T side, and they get to play out their game plan, because it should be really hard for Mix to do anything about their game plan. Mix should just be in a spot now on the CT side where they're just having to react. And like you said, Ron, Mix are not in a position where they have a lot of protocols as a team playing against various strategies, because why would they develop those? There's no reason for them to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious how it's going to look.
How about that look? A favorite for this map,
Yeah.
Mix. 1.89 to 1.93. It's very close though. It's very close, but it's reasonable as well. The odds are not too low, so there is juice to be had. If you're salivating, then maybe you'll find yourself some juice in those odds. The pistol is live. P250 again. Synopsy keeps it this time. Acor gets some revenge in the short term. What about the long term, though? It's all about the long term. He's going to take one in the face long term. May require surgery. 11 HP, though. Maybe he can still hold his face together for the rest of this round. He's doing a great job. In fact, he is. 3 kills for Acor. Down to 1 HP now. Another target. Now he's going to look for the ace once again. Have to start calling him Ace Core if he keeps this up. Dancing around the pillar. 1 bullet and a dream. Swinging. There it is. Really wanted it. Now his last teammate is on long. He's going to get a headshot. From that range, it won't be a one-shot. 2 HP for Synopsy. He's got a flashbang. Sees him on the car. And Shush will finish off the job. Acor's a beast. I'm a fan.
He had him full blind. If the timing's slightly different, he gets the kill there for sure.
Yeah, what a recovery from Acor. You just get instant headshot and he stays cool and plays that box perfectly, and he's just he hit every shot that he had to. So that's very impressive to see. Most people kind of just panic and just spray as many shots they can get off, but he stayed controlled.
It's amazing what a little patience does in a pistol round, or with a pistol in general. Like we saw yesterday, I think it was Kusto just spamming the Glock as fast as possible, which increases it in accuracy as well.
So one interesting thing in that round to just show you makes Snopsy bought the PT50, smoke and flash, as you noted, James, but he was just holding middle, and he didn't really use those nades to help his team whatsoever. He just literally just bought those. So it just like once again goes to show that this is very much a pug. So there was no plan behind that.
They may have had a intention later on. May have been a plan for them at some point, because from top mid, for example, through suicide, you can smoke off CT spawn for a cross.
Oh, really? From
Alex used to do that on LDLC.
That's what I was looking for, to see if he was going to do a smoke like that from there. I was wondering if that was possible.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting a CT smoke, but...
So if you're holding a rotation up the short box, for example, from that position, which isn't as common as it used to be on old Dust 2, but you can smoke from there. Hunter trying to create space for himself, but they have encroached in his position already. However, Mix needs to cross. They're up against some long-range weapons, but they've got some of their own. Of course, the Kriegs are out in the second round. So obviously, spot one to the left-hand side, and those are duels you don't want to take. But they have to, because the bomb's behind the car. They can't shoot through the car windows.
Oh my God.
It is penetrable. Just looking for the second player. They have a combined 8 HP. I've got more fingers than they have health.
That was so close. He got like 2 tags through the car.
Yeah, and they're running out of time. I don't know how they're going to play the situation.
Oh, there's that. He's got to go across now. Oh, he hits it. Of course, Synopsy is really good with the Krieg. He's been on train as well. He was a beast with it.
That's cool, though, the rotation, because even if the rotating play doesn't get the frag, it allows his teammate to take the angle rather than walk into the angle of his opponent.
Yeah, that was a sick spray transfer there, controlling the recoil. And the SG second round. That's super unfortunate, taking him to 2 life at the car. Just like surviving barely enough to clutch it around.
We have a split of the B halls from the CTs. There is the clue in the flashbang, which may delay the push into the B bomb site. Sandwich now, these CTs are causing all kinds of damage. That smoke is not going to be favorable, and they're going to go straight into the corner of the smoke again. The bomb in the smoke, all the grenades. Oh, this is a complete mess, but it seems that Mix may survive it. They may have to leave Synopsy there to protect the weapons. Got a rotation from Roger close to the site as we make the play. A MAC-10 to cover. Now they have position. That makes things a hell of a lot easier. Hunden can pick up a rifle. Oh no, maybe one went too far. Oh my God. He has the right idea as well. He's up against a MAC-10, but he's got no Kevlar. Hunden staying on the high ground, waiting for the rotation, but before he can land, Annika swings with the MAC-10. That was very, very scary indeed.
I love the B split from the CTs. That's really cool with the force buy. I didn't know that I've seen that like that before. That's really cool.
Yeah, full commitment there. Just trying to wipe out anyone there. Typically on those types of T defaults, you'll have like 2 players B. So if you can get like a 3-on-3 trade, pick up some rifles, that's a successful push.
Krieg is so insane on the gap shot. Even I got kills with it.
So, who's that? Hwan's position is where you can smoke from. Getting there. Very, very good. Can we look at top mid, Connor, for a second, please? So, the left corner, you line up with the box where the 14 is. The middle, I think you line up, so the corner of the wall is with the middle line of that upper box, and you aim at the top right corner of the box, and you jump throw, and it goes to CT spawn. That's more or less it.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. That is really nice. 3-1, Mix doing a good job.
Trick with 4 players, A. Reading this perfectly.
surprised that Tricked, after winning the knife, decided to start CT. Because I'm pretty sure they won the knife, right? Either way, it's been a difficult go of things. 2v2 now. She's going to... Ooh, just unable to find the kill on Anarkez. Row with the big flank from long. Doing some good damage. That's a great kill, very fast. Anarkez, though. Dust2 is the Orpus playground. He's got over a minute to work this AWP. He's got Molly and 2 flashbangs as well, so in a decent spot. And considering that Shush has gone for a push, maybe there's a chance here for him. Nope. We'll get caught out by Rowe. It's all about timings, and he'll be on the worst end of it this time.
And I like that reposition by Road. He gets the flank there, just repositioning. And picking up that mid angle.
Nice shot.
Wouldn't it be cool if I had like a wireless mouse and keyboard? And between rounds or in a pause or something, we could go to a machine, or I could just show a grenade I'm talking about. I could demonstrate it. Live demonstrations. I could spend 10 minutes showing Rambo all the barred off Molotovs, for example.
I guess if we had another machine hooked up, I guess it shouldn't be too difficult to do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
Hunden is playing a bait setup with Bubsky by the door. Invitating the T's to come through. To the patience from Bubsky, looking for a second player. Oh, but the AWP was stolen before he can really deploy his grenades.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, respect. The remaining 4 players now all with rifles. They have no grenades beyond the flashbang on Juan. So this is going to be quite the gauntlet. Flashbang is up. Juan goes through the smoke before, gets taken down by Acor. He did miss a shot, man. You were right.
This is the shortcomings of the Pug now. Is not having the chain flashes that you are that's like the minimum if you want to survive that. If you want extra bonus points, you get the avant-garde mollies and smokes out there as well.
Yeah, if there's any spot on Dust2 where you need coordinated set nades to finish, it's on Catwalk. Mix trying to just walk out mid that round with an op, but fortunately the SMG had a really strong close angle, and Mix didn't have a molly to clear that out.
Jump throw, HE, pretty juicy. Nice spread of bullets on that short position. Bubsky considering the grenade again, but maybe made a mistake there. So Juan's got a rifle. Hunden looks like he wants to go for a push, but he will be looked for. The
Nice
wide swing
wide
from
swing.
Juan is perfect. And now they've got 2 rifles.
Yeah, it's interesting because they can't really go to A because Acor's there. And I think you give Acor enough respect that you just can't actually challenge him without multiple players and nades. So the rotation to B is actually the perfect play-ins. They can win the round. They've got no Kevlar. All it takes is just winning the trade against Shush. And then Acor's very far away. Shush on the angle. Wide swing past it. That's perfect. High flash for Shush. Blinds the first player. Regon has to get this. He can't find it.
That's big time.
Land any bullets, I don't think. So it's a big opportunity gone.
Well, here we are, Tricked with 3 rounds in a row now after winning the pistol. Will they feel in control? There's more grenades. It's still not perfect for Mix. They've been short for a while. And the Kez goes AWP, no Kevlar. The remainder, they'll have to try and hold on to these smokes. Although if they want to take shots, I'm sure they'll have to use one of them. Unless they just charge up right now. And in that respect, we have a short boost from Tricked, who will move in with 2 players, although they've lost their angle, their initial angle. As I say that, of course, Acor is not going to respect anything. He knows how good he is. 2 unanswered frags coming the way of Mix from Tricked. Shush trying to hold on to B. There's action all over the place. Mix trying to find a hole somewhere, and they've created one by force on the B bomb site.
Yeah, they actually have some position here, but no smokes or Molotovs will make this actually extremely difficult, and that's the reason why. So running across there, that's not for free, and you know the CTs are by the doors, so that's a very surprising play. They have time, didn't have to rush things. And now it's a 2v4 without a bomb plant. Here comes the bomb plant. CTs really needs to burst there, but the CTs as well don't go for it. It's a very difficult call, especially with the HP as it is for Tricked. Now there's a real chance here for Mix. No one coming from tunnels. It's perfect here. Synopsy, the double with the Krieg. He's done excellent work so far. Bubsky through the door, through the hole, I should say, through the window, will go down as well. And that seems like it should have been easier for Tricked.
Yeah, absolutely. Mix just rushing into B with that lurk smoke. And a 4-on-2, that hurts for Tricked. They could have executed that retake much better. They had some flashes left over. First player could have swung out, jumped, taken the first shot a little bit wider, or forced the shot wider, and they could have traded that.
Yeah,
now their money and economy is hurt.
Maybe some overconfidence. It's also quite absurd. It feels as though, feels like to see that Mix are winning around where it's like, oh no, we've lost a bunch of players, let's just rush B now, and then they just win the round like that. It's kind of, it doesn't feel like that should work, but it is working. And here at least, Trick to get some info with the upper dark push, so they know what's coming, but can they stop it? Snopsy's been really important. By the way, you'll notice that he's the only guy buying a Krieg on this team, on their T sides.
Comfort and spray perhaps for the remainder. London creeping around the smoke of a CZ. He needs to do a lot. Not a big concern of bomb going down. It's all about frags here. There's minutes on the clock. Now, Shush is all that remains. Does he risk losing AWP in this 1 versus 3? Falls away. He won't be caught by Synopsy, but the sound cues are there, so maybe he'll be hunted.
That was a well-executed A attack. They were able to get both the smokes for the cross, and then flood those flashes in. One by one, kind of sequencing them, chaining them so they could scale, and then catching the Opera in the open. Not in the open, but given the flashes allowed them to advance to get a good angle on that Opera.
I almost want to see Tricked just give up Catwalk entirely for the rest of this CT side and just really focus on long control, car control, and the A slope, just because it feels like the hardest thing, like you were saying, for Mix is to execute from Catwalk successfully. So if you put Acor with an AWP towards A, he should be able to do significant damage. Yeah. As long as Trick never lose long, their retakes should be extremely effective. So that's one approach Trick could think about. Because I don't think you want to force Mix into spots where they have to run set pieces. Slow the rounds down.
A cheeky double op peek. That little crack and over the smoke. Nothing there. And Mix, they're in a good position. They know long's clear. Now they're just kind of holding. They know Trick is low on money, so hopefully they're trying to watch for a push or a peek, playing patient.
Interesting approach, scoping in. And this is kind of strange. Now he's going to get rushed, the shots are going to be baited. Oh dear.
Oh man.
In the meantime, the B bomb site has been taken, but they've just given a lot of rifles to Trick, who are on eco. Now, the question is, do Trick think, we've got a numbers advantage, we could try and win this round, or do they think, well, we've got $20,000 now in equipment, which would save us money for the round to come. The Molotov will create an opportunity, but surely they fall away now with this. Rojay's running in, but he's got USP, so no big deal there, but the remainder, they've got to hold on to these weapons. They've just been gifted so much in that long door position.
Yeah, it's one of those things too that's interesting, because you can't really fault Mix almost for anything. It's not like we can be like, oh, they're a team, and they should be able to do this or should be able to do that. I feel like it's almost a surprise that there's any success. So pick up another round with a B finish. We'll see the adjustment from Trick now. They have everything that they could want. Double AWPs, rifles, full utility.
Yeah, and Anarch's here. He has a really good spawn here to peek that initial angle. So he'll probably get a support flash and see if he can get a pick or not. And we'll see if Trick decide to throw a quick molly or just dry peek it.
Beautiful. It's a really good flick. And they can go for a delayed long take later on. And cares with the rotation. Bubsky tries to stop it. And a run into the B bomb site. Through a smoke. That's not even a lurk smoke. That's ambitious. What on earth is this? We've got a 3v3. Shush just peeking in to tunnels. He's got nobody around him for support if that doesn't go well. What is happening? I feel like, again, like it's one of those things where, okay, the mistakes from Mix, okay, you can understand the leaks that they have, but that doesn't seem right. Tricked needs to recover here, and a double peek comes in, but Rowe makes it work with the transfer through the box.
Crazy game of Dust 2.
Yeah, and that round, there's so many weird decisions. Like pushing out's cool if you're in a 2v3 or something, or 2v4, and you think that the CTs are still rotating in. You can push out, pick off one. You feel like you have to do it. But they're 2v2. I feel like they had more advantage playing the site.
And definitely the pace and tempo of this match has turned more puggy. You got a lot of individual plays, people trying to find timings and finding gaps. And that mixed player rushing into B by himself, I can kind of understand it because you got a mid pick and you're trying to get in there and isolate that one-on-one. He does get that info for his teammates, and Recon out faster at long A. Nice splash, catches Roge in the open. Now he should throw some more flashes, yeah, to keep him at bay and keep him on the left side.
Oh. Okay. That's the round, surely. Nice shot from Bubsky onto Snopsy. Looks like he didn't have a helmet. Snopsy.
Not everyone does.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe he didn't. Anarchist does not.
2 players remain for Tricked. And I think they will remain.
This is a really weird game, isn't it? There's no loss bonus for Tricked either at this point.
Yeah, and that's one of the major factors I think Mix picked this map, is you can win a lot of rounds on T side just taking long A. It's one of those battles that where if you have good flashes, you can have good spawns. It's really difficult for CTs to stop.
I was saying this to Sliggy off stream. I was saying that like I feel like I would have so much more success in pugs if I didn't solo queue and played with at least 2 other people that would just pop flash each other into long on Dust 2s and like stuff like that. Like certain spots like that go such a long way. We were talking about it earlier, like how impactful it is to have long on this map.
Yeah, if you have the majority of players in the lobby, it's cool. If you're just like 2 dudes, it's not a good look, man.
Yeah, it's really hard.
7-5 for Mix, and Tricked are on the back foot once again. Only 1 round of lates. There's Regon with the angle now, playing the spawns, I presume. At 61 HP, maybe he continues with WP to fight the duel. So Bubsky will be seen falling back, but Shush continues to creep, looking for the wide swing. There's Regon, looking for more now. There's so many players outside long, he will be lost. Got duels all over the shop. Trick's trying to make up for their disadvantages. Not quite working out though. Noxy happy to duel the USP with an AK. Can't blame him for that. And then there was Hunden. Manages to reach the gun. He's been hurt though, no doubt. Nice 180 from him. Maybe looking away from a potential flash or something, but 8-5 for Mix. The first half is almost over, but there's so much more action to come.
I'm positive that Tricked picked the CT side. And so I'm curious. Sliggy, was that what happens? Okay, he's not sure.
I'd say 9 out of 10 times you would pick T side.
Yeah, that's
Get
yeah.
a strong lead, force the pressure.
I thought for sure I saw them win the knife. So yeah, the strange one. Either way, we get a push from Road up catwalk, and Mix have 4 players in upper dark, which is indicative that they just want to go into B. And this is a very interesting spot, because if they decide to go for a late cat take, the CTs have just pushed cat. So we're in a really weird situation. They should realize, the CTs, they should... The only thing is that they should realize exactly where the Ts are. They've cleared everything else on the entire map. And there's the push, and they're pushing into it, and they're giving up the kills. Rowe coming in from the back, gets himself a double on the return. That's beautiful, almost a 3rd kill. He is deadly. So is Rigon, and... Oh, wow. It feels like Trick pulled the trigger on a push way too preemptively.
I think so. Look, it was unnecessary.
They had all the information. They didn't need to go for a crunch into the Ts.
Yeah, it was a little antsy there.
It's almost like Mix-Up bringing Trick down to their level and beating them with experience.
Oh, here we go again. This is what they did to Mouse Sports.
Oh, man.
It was 5 versus Mouse Sports. This time it's 4.
Oh, they have enough money. This is going to be amazing.
That's one way to put it.
Make some music.
He went back, why? They crossed once and decided, oh, this is fine, let's just go back again. And then they lose 2 players through those middle doors.
They wanted to sacrifice themselves, James, to the gods, to the Mixed gods. Here, take my blood sacrifice.
Yeah, this was too easy, let me try it again.
Maybe they'll...
I want to feel alive.
Maybe they'll win the next 10 FACEIT pucks they play now.
Oh, well.
It's just that. What can you say about that? What can you say about that one?
The CT auto sniper is actually really good for no-scoping. Just some trivia. I don't know what else to add to what he said. The T1's not terrible,
Aren't
but
they the same stats? Or?
I never cared to look, but
So, yeah.
What Dan?
I guess I just never ever thought about the auto sniper in this game.
Well, let's have a look at this 2 versus 2, shall we? Because the CTs are trying to make their way into the B bomb site. Roger will somehow survive with the MP9 creeping, and Anakez will take him out with the Deagle. 10 rounds for Mix as we head towards half-time. They're in a strong position to close this out. 1-0 up already. We'll see if they can do it after the break.
Start your path to pro. Begin your matchmaking experience with like-minded players. Climb the ranks, meet your teammates, and make it all the way to the top. Rise through the ranks to the FPL circuits and play alongside the best players in the world. And who knows, you might just be the next Saiwu. Begin your road to pro at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Welcome back. Now, do not adjust your sets. Mix, they won the first map and they're up 10-5. Tricked did win, had confirmation they did win the knife round, but decided to start on the CT side. I don't know that I agree with that, but that's what's happened. And Tricked, they've not won a single pistol in this series so far. Maybe if this is their first one, what a pistol it would be to win. Here's one, he gets clotheslined there by the Tricked players as they make their way quickly onto the A site.
USP has been collected. That's a lot more range. Synopsy with a nice one tap. And he continues. Bubsky and A-Core remain. 2 versus 2. Quick reload is in. Smoke is up, but he's on the wrong side of the smoke grenade. Tried to get the 1 versus 1. He got that, but he also got a bullet to the face. And Mix might be good for this. I'm not sure if they've spotted A-Core just yet. That reload has surely been heard. Yeah, there's no clues now. I mean, there's no mystery. All the clues are there. On a run. And now he's done. 11-5 for Mix. Very strong position.
Great effort from Synopsy, and then, as you say, strong position. First pistol round to win. What a pistol round to win. Of any pistol round, this is the one that you'd pick to win if you could only win in one of them. The CT side of Dust 2 when you're already up 10 rounds.
Yeah, and Synopsy making it look easy. Taking out 4 members. That was a terrible position for Mix. So he just stepped up individually. And USP 1 shots looking real good. I'm questioning why was A-Core B by himself. That's kind of confusing. He's way out of position.
However, Mix are a team that have lots of leaks because they are a true pug team. And be careful here, trying to take the fight to the T's, which is not always a bad thing. I actually think that's taking Catwalk control and trying to take some picks before the pistols get to Catwalk is actually pretty good, because Catwalk's usually the spot that feels guaranteed on the T side, and you can run some nades into A and reliably get bomb plants if the CTs play very passively, which often happens. So I'm a pretty big fan of that from Mix.
All right then. It all begins now for Tricked. They could catch up quickly. It's not a disastrous score. It's not great, but it's not a disastrous scoreline if they can break Mix immediately. That's a big if, though. It's a very big asterisk.
This push, though. Oh no.
Great stuff. Well, now Tricked, they've got the numbers at least to make a play towards the A bomb side. They've just got to go for it. That tells them we've got to go. The only way to win this is to make this play right now. And look at the success. 3 frags on the A bomb site, and it gets forced away by the Molotov. And this might just work out. The fashion in which that first frag came in was horrible, but I mean, their answer's way better.
Yeah, I thought they were collecting an AWP T-spawn, but it's a Krieg, which is
you
better.
You say but. In fact.
Then Mix, they had all the information. They elected to hold the angles at A instead of throwing any like delay flashes or smokes. And Trick just walked up and instantly hit all their shots.
I feel like it's really hard to stop long if you have nothing around car. If you're trying to like stop the push before it gets to the site, I feel like you need someone car. Because even if that guy dies, if he has a smoke, he can block the Molotovs with it. It creates a huge delay.
And those are strong angles for T to creep up on, because they have that right angle. And it's really good strong angles to just slowly move upon. So Mix, they had a big opportunity to win that first gun round, getting all that information, clearing B, getting the pick T spawn. Pull through, but now they're going to double op. Wow. Okay, so they're investing everything. Hold out this long A.
Line them up, spray them down. 2 for 1, that's not too shabby, and Synopsy's fishing for more. And who wouldn't with a Krieg in hand? London catches Regon on the rotation. He'll keep the long player safe as the bomb was making its way there. Smart play from him, but there's a player on the way behind him. Puts up the lurk smoke. Tudson, up he goes. London still checking for him, no, but the moving accuracy of the MP9 comes into play. There's a smoke, there's a flash, there's a Molotov for these Tricked players as they try to cross. There's a molly to try and stop the push. A-Core throwing the bomb, but they'll all be falling. That bomb will not get planted. 13-4-6 Mix are deep.
Yeah.
They're in deep, and Tricked are in deep water. They're neck deep.
This was so huge. And also Synopsy being donated the Krieg, you know, as he's like dedicated Krieg man. He's been phenomenal. I mean, look at him go, 27 for 12 in this game so far. He's been lifting some heavy weight. And that's an enormously impactful round to win, because now Tricked have this... I mean, it's a couple of Kriegs, but it's not a great buy. Don't have the utility you'd want. And
2 Mac 10s on Dust too, not looking good. They were trying to get close range out mid.
They're just ready for this. Mix have all the right positions. This is a massacre.
Ouch.
It's fun to watch if you're not a Tricked fan.
yeah,
Just like the just violent rounds of this nature are they're satisfying.
yeah, it's true.
Beautiful angle by Tudson, using his teammate from B as a distraction. And looks like Trick, they're going for it all. They're using every bit of their bank count.
Yeah, it's a long way back if they're playing from 15, and can't blame them in that respect.
Mix, they did send 4A early on, so there is an opening here if they try to explode B. Looks like that's what they're going to do. I would like a lurk smoke, and then consecutively throw some flashes back sight, and everyone just swarm out.
Just waiting a little bit.
We have all the information. Oh, Regon gets dinked, but it's all over, isn't it? At least in this round. Trick just don't have the tools, the bits and bobs. They get nowhere near to a bomb plant. And on the CT side, it's been a role reversal, it feels like, in terms of... Like these are the CT plays we saw from Tricked yesterday, but Mix are coming through, man. More than their name, it would suggest.
I hope Synopsy gets one more kill.
I hope he doesn't. I don't want you to be happy.
He's got to go. He's got to be like post 3k damage for shores. Well, here comes the flashbangs towards Lon, and Synopsy will make his way forwards with the M4. There's the kill. Might be some more. Oh, the burn damage is really out of control here. With some trades coming through for the Tricked players. And they do get a 2v2, so that's something.
Oh,
That's
that was not necessary at all.
Yeah, that's not the best.
That's
peak.
just, you're just in the momentum of too much success, and you're just like, yeah, let me just peek the ramp with my whole body exposed. The whole ramp.
Yeah, you got to win this.
Not the good look.
It's 15-6, but it could very easily get to like 15-12, 15-13. You know, just
I think you got caught in the moment. You know, it's kind of match point, and you're just trying to go for the glory in the moment, and instead of just playing patient, letting things kind of settle down. Now, Oregon, he's got the quick flank if they plant A.
Does he hear that from there? I'm really not sure. Maybe.
It's close, isn't it? It's got to be real close.
Mm.
That's a tool I want to see in the future, is I get to see the radius of sounds on the radar.
Yeah,
Kind of
ask
cool.
Anders to do that. Would be cool. There he goes, very quick burst.
So clean.
There's a chance over the smoke for Roje with 30 HP. He's really trying to use that smoke. Regon smartly going close to it. Ooh. Oh, he's hit him as well. 24 HP, and he finishes off the job. Mix 16-6. There's time for the spray as well. Don't forget to defuse the bomb though. G2 territory. There we go. That's a very solid victory.
Amazing.
Okay.
And these replays are brought to you by NVIDIA. Well, that was a very eventful game of Dust 2. It did start really, a really back and forth affair. It's really fun. Lots of just individual skill and people just blowing up other people from both sides. But then Mix pulled away, and that CT side was just fast forward, non-stop, full deletions. What else is there to say? Congratulations to Mix. They continue to take scalps. Just got various teams' heads on the mantelpiece.
They could go to land, James.
They're one game away.
One game away from that, that's crazy. I bet none of them ever expected that. But here they find themselves. Great performance indeed. You know, I think Tricked had so many opportunities in this game. There was a lot of leaks from Mix, as you would expect. But Tricked, they just couldn't find ways to capitalize, and they themselves made errors which I don't think you'd normally see from them.
Yeah. Yeah, especially that first map, they were up 5-0.
Those damage stats can't be right.
That's not right. There's not much.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying, Ron?
Yeah, the Trick, they were in a prime position. They started the series off 5-0, and they threw a huge lead. They mixed an opportunity to get in it. And yeah, we just saw a great display of individual skill from Mix. I think that pistol round was devastating. Who was the CT player who got
Snopsy.
Synopsy, yeah, picking up 4 kills there. That was impressive to watch. And Trick, they just looked off. I mean, it was a complete 180 from the team that we saw yesterday. They looked super composed, polished, systematic, doing everything at the right time, playing together, and it just kind of poofed in the series.
That was a crazy ride. I don't know how else to describe it, but a crazy ride, and maybe that will be enough. But it's time for the HyperX Factor play of the game. Acor...
I know what it is. It's
did a
really
few
that
things.
train game.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what it is.
Oh, it's
Ooh, they
Synopsy.
got for Synopsy.
I thought for sure it'd be that saved M4 on train from Regon, but here we go. I mean, to be fair, as
Turn
you
that
said,
map
Ron,
around.
this did basically seal the deal. It gave Mix every opportunity.
That makes a hell of a difference. Stops that comeback entirely. So Mix are your first European team who make it to the final. We have an hour before our North American game starts, so make sure you don't go too far away. But where you can go is to FACEIT and look for the ECS hubs where there are cups to be played and points to be won, and maybe prizes as well. Maybe you can get yourself a skin from the FACEIT store. Maybe you even be kind enough to help Dan and his poverty knife status. I don't know. Rather you than me, though. Anyway, have a look at the cups and so on and see what prizes and if you want to enter. If you don't have a team to enter a cup, don't forget, I don't know how many people know this, but you can solo queue in the last half an hour of check-in and other people will get paired with you as well. So even if you've got 3 players, 2, 4 players, if you don't have 5 players, you can still play in cups and stuff, which I think is pretty awesome. And maybe you'll make yourself some friends and then you'll always have 5 people in the future. Anyway, check that out. I'm going to go and play some KZ maps and I will see you in an hour for North America. Cheers.